Hey, good morning, good morning, good morning, my people. What's up? Hope and trust that all is going good. Today's what? Sunday, the 23rd day of August, 2026. And the time right now is 9:19 a.m. Looking to go up the road just now. I think they have some cricket games. The tape league starting out at Powell, so I think I'm gonna go there and take in some cricket. Eddie Mello sang a song a few years ago, and it had a hook line. The more things change, the more they remain the same. Well, I have been waiting to hear the composition of the board of directors for State Insurance Company Limited, not State Insurance Corporation, State Insurance Company Limited. Um, I've been waiting to hear the composition of that board. I haven't heard nothing publicly as yet, and I'm sure, as you know, if you've been following what's going on in Antigua over the past years, a year, let me say year, there have been some terminations of two particular employees at State Insurance Company Limited, which would have led to massive financial costs to the institution. The court would have, the industrial court that is, would have ordered between 1.4, $1.5 million between the two persons. Well, I am already on record that, in my opinion, none of the directors, none of them who was on the board, who sat on that board of directors when this ignorance was ongoing, none of them should ever sit on another state board of directors again. That is my opinion. I've said it publicly, and I mean it. I mean, I think you should. I think that those persons should never ever sit on another board again, in terms of a state board. So a few weeks ago, a few days ago, when I read who was the chairman of the board of directors down at Port Authority, I had to confirm that this female was on the state insurance board over the period that I spoke about. And it was confirmed to me that the female did sit on the board of directors. And I was told that she was the deputy chairman of the board of directors at the time at State Insurance Company Limited. That is what I was told. When I heard that, I shook my head in disbelief because I could not believe that basically, if what I'm hearing is, well, not if what I'm hearing is correct, because I did hear that she was the deputy chairman. She would have been given a what I call it, a promotion, because she's now the chairman of the board down at Port Authority. I just had to shake my head, and I continue to shake my head. Anyway, I was told some other things. As me and the person had discussion, I was told some other things, and if what I heard or if what I was told is correct, I just have to shake my head a little further. Anyway, today's what? Sunday, so it would have been about Thursday, Friday of last week. I began hearing some names of who will sit on the State Insurance Company Limited board. Thursday or Friday, somebody met me, tell me to meet them, and we met up, and they were calling some names to me. Remember again, the information is not public, so I'll wait. I'll wait before I say anything about the name that I was told. But from what I was told, I am hearing that the lady will sit again as the deputy chairman of the State Insurance Company Limited Board of Directors, or on the State Insurance Company Limited Board of Directors. That's what I'm hearing. She will again be sitting as the deputy chair. Well, I told the person who was telling me this, no, nothing goes on. Something must be wrong, because I couldn't understand how an individual could be the chairman of one entity, that being Port Authority, and then be the deputy chairman for another entity, being State Insurance Company Limited. So I said to the person, I think you have the information wrong, man, but I think that can be correct. And the person asked me, where you they beef? Where you they? They pointed out to me that a born female was chairman of the board at a particular statutory body in town. Let me put it that way. I don't want to say directly where it was. A particular statutory body in town. A female or a person who was born a female. Let me put it that way. Just in town. And at the same time being the chairman of that board, just outside of St. John's, on the northern side of the island, they were the deputy chairman of the board for that institution. Well, this was new information. This was new information for me. So I called a few contacts and they confirmed to me that yes, that is indeed the case. So I said, oh, I didn't even know that this person was the chairman here and the deputy over there. It was also pointed out to me that this born female had or have relations with a particular politician. And when they explained that to me, my mind ran back to Eddie Mello, the hook line for Eddie Mello's song. The more things change, the more they remain the same. Now, over the years, a hole was exposed to show the true hypocrite that he is when he was reaping in multiple checks. And I don't want to come and tell me nothing and get all so surprised and alarmed because me use the word hole. That is the word I want to use, hole. And I'm using that word because a person once told me that they had interaction with the individual when the individual was sitting as a director. And the person described him to me as a hole. The person he was on a subcommittee and was working with this professional person. Then wait, I saw chupit this somebody be. This guy is a real hole. When the person tell me that, look, me nearly devil laugh. Because it's so long me to hear the word. So long me to hear the word. So that's how I'm going to describe it. So I nobody come and get all sentimental with me and that kind of stuff. Please. That is the word that I want to use to describe the individual. Anyway, I digressed a little bit. As I was saying, he had much to say about persons in the United Progressive Party who was getting multiple checks. But then when he was exposed, me like it. Anyway, that's another discussion for another day. It is beginning to look to me as if checks are being moved around from one person to the other, to the other, to the other. That is what I'm beginning to see here. As I would have said, I have not seen a publication of the board of directors for State Insurance Company Limited as yet. So maybe the information that was shared with me is wrong. Time will tell, right? But from what I'm hearing, of the five that was called to me, four are returning directors. Let me see. One, two, three. Yes. Four are returning directors. And one is a lawyer, a female lawyer, who was once a chairman, I think, if I'm not mistaken, of another statutory body close to where I watch cricket sometimes. Let me put it that way. Yeah. Another statutory body close to where I watch cricket sometimes. Those are the five that I would have heard. Four returning and that lawyer, she's a female lawyer. And she was once, if my memory serves me correct, and I think I'm correct, she was once the chairman of an entity close to where I sometimes watch cricket. So let's wait and see if any publication is made in this week coming up. Let's wait and see. Persons have told me that they know persons were approached to serve and have refused. I wonder why. I wonder why. Have refused. Um, okay, you know what? Let me keep the other part there for now. Finally, I am told that a certain correspondence went to the cabinet from the management of State Insurance Company Limited. Again, I'm saying that that was told to me. I'm trying to get a copy of the letter. Um, I'm not going to get into the letter because I don't have a copy of it or what was told to me. I'm not comfortable in getting into what they said were the contents of the letter. But what I would want if persons could assist me in the comments, right? Persons who have had recent claims or present claims with state insurance, if they could tell me what their experience was like or is like in relation to their claim, collecting their claim check or checks. If persons could tell me in the comment what that experience has been like in the last, let's say the last 6 months to present. If they could tell me in the comments what your experience has been like, I would be much obliged to hear. Um, if you had a claim, when it was paid, if it was paid in reasonable time, or if it wasn't paid in a reasonable time, share those with me in the comments. Um, that is what I would like for somebody to help me with, or persons to help me with. But when I do get a copy of that letter, rest assured, if what they tell me is correct as to the contents of the letter, God spare life, I will make a video and read that letter. To get back to my line, the more things change is the more they remain the same. I see they have it as a proverb, an African proverb, but me like to say Eddie Miller line. I'm going back to Eddie Miller line. It is clear to me that this administration have run its course. Clear to me. We are now with Trump. We, the world, now have Trump. And we did not really see us being where we are now in terms of the what is happening in terms of the visiting, etc., etc., etc. We did not see it, but it happened. It happened, And I remind myself every day, beef, wait on the Lord and be of good courage, and he shall strengthen thine heart. Wait, I say, on the Lord. That is what the good book says. So I remind myself of that every day. Come on, man. Yes, I remind myself of that every day. Um, let's wait on the Lord. It's his time. We can't rush it. Until we come together again, my people, remember in the comments, if you can help me with your claims experience, I would appreciate it very much. Bless up, have a safe day, and keep good.